faithinwhatever.com. You can find us there. We're always on. Faithinwhatever is the best place.
24/7.
is the best place to reach us. We all have it linked to our phones, which is rad. And the fact that I have the iPhone and I can just pop back and forth between my
Still on this Mac
Apple.
thing, aren't you?
just convenient. That's why Apple is so great. They have made my life convenient in every sense of the term.
We do owe them for the flat screen phone.
Yeah,
for sure.
absolutely. You
The
owe them.
touchscreen
You owe them
phone.
for any ease your life
I
has.
mean, that's
Josh
not-
owes them his soul.
That's not really true. I
Yeah,
had
that's
touchscreen
fine.
phones before iPhone.
I don't think you did.
No, he did.
I mean, you had the ones with the
Nope,
the
he had the
buttons.
Palm Pilot.
Yeah, the Palm Pilot, but had the buttons.
Nope,
It wasn't a
touchscreen Palm Pilot.
I had like 3 before the iPhone came out.
But the iPhone, like all the things we associate with phones today, they tried to actually patent that stuff because they invented it, and they
Pinch
just
drag.
didn't get it. They
Pinch
just
to
didn't get it.
zoom.
Yeah,
I don't know if they invented it, but they probably made it really pop. Maybe
they really did. You can watch the video of them like doing the tech demos and people freaking out.
No, we used to play Bubble Breaker on your Windows phone.
Yeah, but it wasn't multi-touch, so maybe that was what they.
It was
invented.
with the palm or just with a single
But
stylus.
your finger would work too.
Yeah.
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 We still
I mean,
on?
I
Oh,
was
yeah.
like
Hey, what's
12.
up?
Yeah, but they invented a lot of like the stuff you can do with your fingers on the screen.
Gestures and stuff.
Yeah.
Wave at the camera, stuff like that.
Anyway,
So today we have actually, I'm really excited for this. Is the first pop topic that we've discussed that I'm actually a fan of.
pop topic.
Nope. And I immediately lost my interest in this
I think
topic.
it's amazing
man.
the way Garrett does it though.
So Garrett,
No, exactly.
pop topic was yours
Yes,
today.
the pop topic today we'll be talking about is unusual college majors that your college probably didn't offer.
Biblical studies is a pretty good one to start the
That
list
is
off
not
with.
one of them. So I'm going to be
Unusual or non-paying? Which one? Kind of one in the
straight
same.
into it, huh? There's an article on Mental Floss by Jennifer M. Wood and Ethan Trex about 33 unusual majors your college probably didn't offer. I love Mental Floss. It's a great publication. I'm not going to go through all 33 because some of them are not that unusual.
Biology, that's not weird.
I think we can get into a really cool discussion about higher education and see where this goes. So the first unusual college major is you can get an MA in the Beatles. Let's see.
They weren't even that good the first time.
Specific.
You can get an MA in the Beatles, popular music, and society. From Liverpool Hope University.
Well, there it is.
Do we have any thoughts? I
Tell us your thoughts on the Beatles, because I know
Man.
you've got a few.
I'm not a
That
big
is
fan of
a
the Beatles,
useless-
I'm not
major.
either, and people
Yeah.
think I'm crazy, John Osborne. People think I'm nuts for not like loving the
But I mean,
Beatles.
what do you have
Matt
with the Beatles? You have
Richardson.
two
I like
different
the Beatles.
kind of bands almost. You had the 60s corny pop stuff, and then you had the hippie stuff. And I'm not into 60s corny pop or into hippie music. So
But can you appreciate their skill and the
I
way they
appreciate
changed?
some of the technical things that came about because of them,
Like
or by them, like recording techniques and like things with double tracking and a lot of stuff that's basically standard.
So
now.
they were some of the first groups to do that?
I don't know if
they
they
popularized it?
invented it or if
They really pushed the envelope
yeah,
on what you should put
it
on
was
an album.
invented on their albums, or like I don't know all the details, but they really
You could
brought
probably
those.
learn them in your MA from Liverpool.
Yeah.
If you,
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
sure
maybe if
they
I'd
would.
taken that class, I'd know.
Yeah, I'm sure. Established in 2009 and explores the role popular music has played in the past 50 years,
Lot
using the
of
Beatles
jobs.
as the main case study.
okay, I mean, I would appreciate that. Though. That's a
But for an entire
specified
MA,
music
No.
degree.
No.
no,
They're using the Beatles as your case study.
No.
I could get behind that.
I could
Yeah.
see that as
I gotta
one
do
class.
Beatles 101, Beatles 102, Beatles 103.
And as long
class,
as Ringo and Sir Paul come to teach, I'm okay with that. That's cool.
I bet they
Yeah,
don't.
maybe. Okay.
I bet you they would.
I doubt it.
Another unusual college major is cannabis cultivation.
That's probably the future, though.
I have friends who majored in that.
Really, from Oaksterdam University?
Oaksterdam, Oakland, and Amsterdam.
Oaksterdam University.
I would have thought that'd be more of a vocational tech.
It is. It could be a business major. It is in California, and I don't know.
Is there a subsection of
No, I mean,
Oakland called
to be
Oaksterdam?
serious, like it's
That's totally
it's
a name that would come out of the
conceivable-
Bay.
It's a conceivable future that within 10 years there'll be a huge industry in that, and for people to have degrees.
So
in
you're
that-
knocking the Beatles music, but you're totally cool with cannabis.
That's a good point,
I'm
though.
not
I mean,
cool with most college in general, so that's a whole different.
You're going to be in a hot commodity, huh?
Yeah, you just have to keep an illegal job for about 10 years. and then 10 years you can be right into the legal.
Talk about being ahead of the
Federally
curve, man.
illegal. It's
Yeah, that's
legal in Colorado.
Yeah.
And Washington.
So a funny thing about this is that in April 2012, the DEA and the IRS and the U.S. Marshals servants showed up at the school's doorsteps. So Jane's got a point. You got to just hold out on the illegal stuff for a while and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, there is some question of how do you do like
you
It's all
practice?
theory.
class
Nope.
exercise?
No,
It's all got to be theory,
all
right?
Theory.
Gosh, can you imagine the classes, like how long they... Okay. Another one is fermentation science.
They probably have the best snacks, for sure.
They could ever find them.
Fermentation science.
I bet nobody raises their hand with tons of dumb questions in those classes.
Or that's all it is. Okay. Fermentation science. So this is actually something that's been around for a long time, and I've not considered, but that would be a really cool major. So it's the people who brew beer and make kombucha and wine and spirits. I don't know why this is unusual because I'm sure the fermented beverage revenue is in the billions.
I actually have a friend who
cheese.
is studying this.
Yeah, you can make
This
cheese.
actual major.
So that's-
Another industry that's growing. I was the other day looking at a map that was for like fine food and craft brews and stuff like that, and it was for San Diego, and it had a list of up until that date every craft brewery in San Diego County, and it was I don't know over 150.
Oh,
it
yeah.
was it was nuts. I mean, I figured there was a lot, but I had no idea how many
Sounds
craft
like
brewery
a
places
bubble
there
to
were.
me that's ready to burst.
Yeah, that could be.
Yeah. Okay. Another one is decision sciences. PhD in decision sciences is really the antithesis of being undecided, with the doctoral candidates amassing expertise in the range of quantitative methods in order to make business decisions at the highest level.
I don't even know what that means.
You bring in somebody because your multi-million-dollar company can't make a decision, and they has PhD.
So it's
in
like
making
conflict.
decisions.
It's like mitigation.
I want to
work?
put this out there right now. If you're a multi-million-dollar company that needs somebody to make a decision for you, you can call me. You can call me. I will work for half the price of one of these people.
I'll work for half of James's price. That's capitalism,
Do
baby.
you have a PhD in it?
Okay.
I've almost got an MA.
In decision sciences.
Yeah.
All right.
The
Well,
decision to follow Jesus.
The most important science you could ever.
Okay, a BA in pop culture.
Pop culture.
Oh man, how do you get a job in that?
You don't.
How do
You
get
end
a
up
job?
working
It's a
at a
BA
church.
in
bro.
pop
You
culture?
probably
Yeah,
just
you
end
can
up-
name every Friends character, but you can't get a job.
No, you end up working at a church.
You do bar trivia for a living?
I have a friend who
No, you don't.
who
You don't have
I don't know if it was a
friends.
double major or a major and a minor, but he got a teaching BA in Oregon, I think, and it was either the emphasis of his teaching major or it was a minor, but it was in trivia.
Like
Like
Trivial
trivia.
Pursuit.
And he kills at things like
Whoa,
trivia.
Well,
Okay.
sorry, but Alex Trebek is taking the only job that's out
I
there
just
for
wanted to
that.
get that so he could win
He'll
at
be
trivia
dead
games.
soon. That guy's like 140.
He's a robot.
So
He's not
Darren,
gonna die.
my good friend
Canadian
Darren,
robot.
You heard it here first.
live up to your major.
Wow. According to this, students can parlay their studies into a career in journalism, mass media, advertising,
No,
and
they
public
can't.
relations.
No, they can't.
Blogging.
Propaganda minister for the Trump Reich.
Because people who study that aren't smart enough to parlay that into anything.
They don't even know what that means.
What's parlay? That's the pirate code that you invoke when you don't want to get captured by the Black Pearl.
That's right. They saw that in that movie when they were studying that for their final paper. You can get a
I'm invoking parlay.
Those must be scary final tests. Just a trivia question.
One trivia question from any year.
from Harrisburg Area Community College. You can get there's an accreditation program for auctioneering.
I don't want to pay for that.
But that's just an accreditation, you said, right?
The only requirements
bad.
are
It only
the
takes
ability to
it only
speak
takes
really
20
fast.
credits. First step towards becoming a licensed auctioneer in the state of Pennsylvania.
That's
a
big
lot of
business
credits,
in
though.
farmland.
That's
Yeah,
either
that's not bad for the 90 people that live in Pennsylvania.
if those are 3-unit courses, the math doesn't work out, but that's almost 7 courses. And if it's 4-unit courses, that's 5 courses total. That's
it's probably
that's
just
a lot for
21
auctioneering.
unit courses.
Well, it's hard to talk that fast.
What if you just can't do that?
We'll find a place for you. Because
Uh,
this is the 21st century, and everyone can do everything.
Right. You can take really fast orders.
That's why I'm gonna be in NASA next week.
Consulting for their multi-million dollar.
I'm gonna answer a question for them.
Yes, let's go to Mars.
Spoiler alert: the answer is yes.
It would be awesome to go to Mars.
Heck yeah.
Thank you, James Ewell.
Take lots of potatoes.
Checks in the mail.
Right.
And a lot of poop.
Matt Damon already's been there. Go rescue him. Okay. Speaking of farmland, you can get a degree in poultry science from Texas A&M.
Okay, this is useful to me. I don't see that
Yeah.
as stupid.
No,
I
I met
don't
a
either.
very, very interesting and kind gentleman, a friend of my uncle's, who has this very degree.
Where are you getting all
in
these
poultry.
friends from? That's what I'm most interested
Living.
Okay.
And well, a funny thing is he says, "Yeah,
You
totally
do a lot of
useless
living for a
degree
guy with a lot of
'cause-"
Steam games. You do a lot of living for a guy.
He said, "Totally useless degree because now I work with fish."
Oh, really?
So it seems like a general biology degree would have been better.
So he,
funny.
but
He's
he
a
lives in.
pescatarian now.
Yeah, he lives in Hawaii and he travels all over the Pacific, I guess, and he sort of buys fish like at 50,000 pounds.
Actually,
at a
that's not that
time
weird
and then
because
resells
tuna
it.
is the chicken of the sea. So, whoa-boom. Mic drop. I just brought that thing full circle. Go ahead, Garrett.
Well, I would imagine the chicken industry. There's so much chicken that doesn't seem unusual.
KFC.
Tuna.
Entertainment, engineering, and design.
I don't even know what that means.
I'll give you a hint.
Yeah, does that give you a
Like
description? of it?
roulette,
It's
like
offered
gambling?
in the University of Nevada, Las Vegas.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
gambling.
Ah.
Called it. There's like 20 questions. I'm going to win
A
that.
keen
so-
understanding of casino game design. I almost said video games. I guess we talk about that a lot. A keen understanding of casino game design and engineering is essential to the people who design the games in Vegas.
Again, not a useless degree.
Well, you're
these
just
are-
landlocked in
yeah.
that case. You got to either live in Nevada
These
or
are unusual, not
Oh,
useless.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
We can
But
talk about
that.
them
Doesn't
being-
even strike me as unusual. I mean, if especially, I guess, regionally specific.
Well, turf and golf course management. That's another one.
is that a BA?
I will tell you.
I would kill for a
It is a
degree.
BS.
I would.
That's essentially the same.
I
it's the
would
same
kill
thing.
for a degree in that.
No, I mean, but
That's the
I
dopest
don't-
degree. Just ride around on a lawnmower, cut the grass.
I think you can go do that without a degree.
I don't
Oh, that's
understand.
amazing. Our uncle does that.
I don't understand
No,
the
he doesn't.
whole
Yeah.
He's an
4-year
architect.
degree
No,
in
Uncle
some of
Dick
these, though.
Does
That's where it
golf
gets
course
interesting.
Well, because there's also
But he
a
did like
degree.
planning and stuff originally.
No, I mean not now. All he does is get up before sunrise and go clean the golf or like mow the golf courses and stuff. I mean that's basically what he's doing, and it's the coolest job in the world.
Josh and Chris have forgotten they're on a podcast.
No.
No, I said our Uncle Dick. He knows.
Well, there's also a degree in turf grass science. So this one is turf and golf course management, which is probably working for golf courses and running them. There's quite a bit of those in the world. And
But
then,
like a whole degree. I mean,
That's
why
awesome.
not get like a business
cert?
degree with maybe an emphasis in that or something like that.
No, I just want to do that. That's
Yeah,
the
because
only
maybe
thing
you
I
want to be an
wanna
expert in. I mean, golfers take their grass seriously.
I just think a BA shouldn't get that like sharp
Specific?
focused.
Yeah. But I feel that way about chicken science or whatever, poultry
Right.
science.
I
Like, I
disagree.
think maybe just a biology degree.
Well,
or
I would
something.
agree with you. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
another degree is, tell me if you can guess what this is, family enterprise.
selling
Is-
family members off.
Is it from the University
Cryogenics?
of Utah?
Stetson University.
Cryogenics, freezing.
So here's
stem
here's
cell.
here's my take on this. I can read you the little description, but it's kind of lame. This is for your family has a family-run business, but they still want you to go to college.
Oh.
So this is about working in family businesses. The topics of interest include personal and professional leadership development and legal, estate, and asset protection.
How not to murder
Staring
your family
married to
members
your
while being in
CEO.
business.
Yes, it's like
That sounds so
we
boring.
own a giant poultry company, and we want you to not get poultry science like your brother. We want you to still work for the company. Why do I have to go to college? I'm just going to work in poultry science.
Poultry man.
Then you get a degree
On his
in
way
this.
to
Okay,
save the day. As
how
fast
about
as he can.
this one? That sounds excellent. Canadian studies.
Boring.
Is it in Canada?
Duke University, Johns Hopkins University, SUNY Plattsburgh, and University of Vermont.
I mean, technically, don't we have American studies?
This is
Do we?
really.
I thought that was just called history.
Well, it'd be American.
Yeah,
it's
because
American.
everything before. Let me be very clear about this. History starts at 1776, and everything before then was a mistake. Okay, as long as we're super.
It's like
clear
trying
on
to
that.
study the Big Bang. How can you go back before 1776?
Yeah,
It's not
Canada's,
possible.
Canada's important. It has a very important job functioning as America's hat. It keeps us super protected from all the cold stuff that's even further north in Canada.
No,
So I
Canada's like
appreciate
that good neighbor that you forget's there because they don't cause problems.
I just don't know what you do with that. I mean, I guess your goal is to go work in Canada, but then they're like, you're just people who live here have way more knowledge about Canada than you do, so should have just stayed in America. strange.
Why would you want to leave America to live in America Junior?
Thanks, Homer.
Yeah.
The DePaul
You got it.
University, DePaul offers a degree in costume technology.
Moving right along.
So film editors in the movies, you can get a degree in creating costumes and draping. Diving, business, and technology from the Florida Keys Community College.
This is dope. I'm all about the Florida Keys.
I don't know. I mean, I've been to some like sketchy dive places, and I don't know if you need a college degree to like fill up.
Maybe
scuba
you
tanks
don't, but
and it's an AA, so yeah, there's that. Okay, family and consumer science from Josh's favorite university, Liberty University.
I hate Liberty so much.
What did they ever do to you?
I just don't like any of the things that they produce.
The Department of Family and Consumer Sciences.
Liberty's the one that.
Jerry Falwell Jr.
Yeah, they.
Oh,
they,
that's right.
Yeah, they were talking about shooting Muslims, right? That
Yeah.
was the right.
Yeah.
Is that what Jerry
Wow.
Falwell said?
So my
Yes.
wife graduated
Crazy
from
about
Liberty
that.
University.
Oh, I'm
So-
sorry.
I'm sure she'd love that.
To
you
whom
said
can I
that.
send flowers?
Yeah, anyways, moving on. No, they offer a degree, and it sounds really, really classes like balancing work and family economic decisions.
How to be an adult.
But see, I'm okay with that. That's not a bad degree.
A degree in adulting.
Yeah, that's fine. Because they don't teach us that in high school. They taught me how to use a checkbook in high school.
So go to college. So I mean, I guess if you know that's what you're
That's
going
why
to do.
other countries are killing us.
Okay, eco gastronomy. So in 2008, the University of New Hampshire has a dual major in eco gastronomy, educates students on how food gets from farms to their plates with an eye towards sustainability. That sounds really cool. I just don't know what you would do with that.
I don't even know what that means.
It also sounds like something to be very dated. Like by the time you graduated, everything you learned was already because that whole scene or whatever you want to call it moves pretty fast.
Sure. Like most farms use this pesticide. By the time you graduate, that's been outlawed, and you don't even know anything about the new one that's being used. I just don't know what you would do with. I mean, I guess you work for food production companies.
You work
and
for food.
Sprouts, maybe.
work for
Literally,
Sprouts
you get
headquarters.
paid in food.
Okay, a college degree. There's a BS, an MS, and a PhD in packaging from Michigan State University. So it's an engineering degree when you study and create different types of packaging.
This week I ordered a set of drumsticks from Amazon, and they came in a box that was the length of the drumsticks and about 8 times as wide. It was like this big, right?
For like a dress shirt.
Yeah, with one pair of drumsticks in it.
They need a PhD in
They
packaging.
should have hired someone from there.
Man,
Now,
that is-
obviously, their person only had an MA.
Yeah, obviously.
Obviously.
Theme park engineering from the California State University Long Beach.
That's pretty rad.
That seems like a dying industry,
Go
though.
dirtbags.
You think
Well,
they're opening
I
more
guess
theme parks than they have before?
Really?
I wish.
Well, they just
not would
opened in
use
the last
that.
couple of years. Disneyland China. I don't know where is it. Hong Kong. Somewhere like that.
I can't speak internationally. It just seems like my local region, we're getting less and not more theme parks.
Depends on the theme park.
You can get a degree in nanny services.
Okay,
Nannying.
this is funny in one sense, but also very lucrative. And I have friends who have put themselves through college just by nannying
For sure.
in there. Now, granted, they've gone to community and then state, like not obviously a private school, but they didn't want to go to private school anyhow. And this can be like, I mean, I have friends who do this. This is a full-time job
For sure.
them. They're with very wealthy clients, and they just basically step in and not surrogate mother. But,
It's a 12-month program. So for me, it's like maybe similar to
Well, that makes
cosmetology
sense.
or something like
12 months would be fine, yeah.
You know.
Something
Okay.
like that.
Comic art, from the
Very
Minneapolis College of
important
Art
degree.
and Design. It's a BFA program. I don't know what that is.
Buffa.
Bachelor of Fine Arts.
Okay.
No, it's also like one of the things that you see in the bubble. Buffa. Every
There's a
time
dual
Batman punches
emphasis on
somebody.
the history of comic art and individual experimental expression.
This sounds like a degree for somebody whose parents have a lot of money.
Well, you want to be, if you want, I mean, I'm sure comics are fairly lucrative and you want to be a comic artist.
That seems like one of those things, though, where you
Mom,
spend
get out of
4
my
years.
studio. I'm drawing.
You spend 4 years getting a degree when what you should have been doing is making lots of art and putting it out there for people to
Practicing
see.
for 4 years.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
It's like
I mean,
musicians that go
I
and
think
get a
they're gonna
music
want-
degree when they could have been gigging for 4
Yeah.
years and building a
Right.
fan base.
Like, so show me some of your work. Well, I just graduated and spending 4 years making music or comic, but I don't have any work yet.
Right.
Let me
But
go.
you should graduate with a portfolio
That's
with those
true.
kind of degrees.
What do
But
I know? It's art.
but the problem
Right.
is like generally the whole point of these courses is to make you do lots of different things, and then so you never really like get the sort of portfolio you really need, which is to specialize deeply in something, right?
Well, I guess it depends on the place too, because there are places
true.
that do like very specific music degrees and where you focus on one aspect. So
Yeah.
I guess it all depends on the program.
Now, I did meet. I once met a person who was basically a professor of comics as a history topic, like knew comics as a history topic, knew the history of them, kind of like basically focused on their effect on culture and culture's effect on them, and sort of comics as sort of a clue to culture and clue to perspectives from humans. So I thought that was pretty interesting. So he could have gotten a degree similar to that, not on the art itself, but maybe on comics.
Yeah,
in
like
some way.
almost like a pop culture degree.
Yeah.
They could study
Pop
comic.
culture.
Lastly, and I'm not very surprised by this, is a degree in gunsmithing.
Yeah, I actually looked into that,
Oh yeah,
but it's kind of there's not a big
I
job
knew
market
there'd be
for it.
one.
the one in sunny Susanville, California,
Yes, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Layson Community College.
So
It's
you
a
wanted
AS.
a gunsmith?
Yeah. Don't you think it'd be fun?
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
for
not
sure.
Yeah, it'd be a
questioning. I'm
blast.
wanting to cause a conversation.
But
was-
yeah, there's not a huge job market for gunsmithing.
You know, I never would have
Surprising.
thought.
The problem is that this is they kind of specialize in repairs as opposed
Yeah.
to production, and so you're just hoping people's guns break. And while
Well, it's
Smith
like
and Wesson is
anything
hoping
that
they
people
don't
use.
break.
Yeah. Well, like but anything, any toy or hobby or anything like that, or even law enforcement, those kind of things. You use a gun, it wears
Right.
out.
That's
Springs
true.
need to be replaced, or
Yeah, for
pieces
law
need to be
enforcement.
put back together, and
For sure.
so.
Little miniature machines. So my quick discussion is we can talk a little bit about the idea of getting degrees that you're passionate about and that are specific to what you want to do, but maybe difficult to find a job, or do you think that you just do what you love and not worry about trying to get a degree that's really broad? I'll give an example to kind of start discussion. Somebody that I knew, he wanted to make aquatic robots and for unmanned reconnaissance and data temperature studies in the ocean, and that program didn't exist. And he wanted to work for just a couple companies in Northern California. So he got 2 degrees, one in oceanography and one in mechanical engineering. And
rad.
he got incredible offers right out of school from both of those companies, because most people had just come from 1 or 2 of those fields and had to learn the other field specifically. What we have done without that degree, I mean, with that degree, could he have gotten another job in any other field? I mean, possibly. You're getting a degree in mechanical engineering. But so the idea is, do you chase after what you want and go with your degree in pop culture, or do you go with more of kind of a broad degree to get a job?
I go back and forth on that issue quite a bit, whether you should get the degree you're passionate about or the degree that's going to serve you best. I'm depending on the week, I'll have a different opinion on that.
Why is that?
Slash, what's your opinion this week? Right in the middle.
I'm the person that went after what he was passionate for, and it's to some degree working out for me. But I've also seen a lot of people who got the exact same degree as me, and it's left them out in the dust. And so when I look at myself, I think it works. When I look at other people, I think maybe it doesn't work. So that's why I go back and forth. What I would caution this: a lot of these degrees need funding. If you need to get this degree you're thinking about, if you need to take loans,
Don't
make sure
do
you're
it.
getting a degree that will help you pay those loans, right? That would be my one caution. That if something's going to cost you $100,000 by the time you're done with this education, and it's going to be a job that nets you 25 or 30,000 a year, you're never going to pay those loans, and that's just a bad fiscal decision for yourself. So that would be my one major caution, right? Make sure that you're getting a degree that's not going to give you a bill you can never repay, or at least it's going to take you 20 years to repay or something like that.
Yeah, that's good advice all across the board.
Yeah.
I would actually say you measure it from a different standpoint. I would measure it from trying to have an honest conversation with yourself and the tenacity you possess as a person. So if you are the type of person who can hustle, make decisions, make connections, you are maybe you're not personable by nature, but you're willing to learn how to be personable. I have been successful in my own life and have seen the success of the people around me who the decision wasn't necessarily made on like what I love versus what's gonna get me the best job or whatever it was. It was like their success has been more around their willingness to just hustle in the environment in which they find themselves there. So some of the most successful people I know never went to college, but because they were willing to, learn in an industry, didn't say no to opportunities, and jumped at things to better their craft or whatever it was, from social media, entrepreneurship to, obviously not being a doctor. Doctor's not really one of those things that I'm going to cut this person open and see how I do today. That's like
Learning on the job.
it's like a sadomasochism thing. But so that would be the answer for me. If you see yourself as a person who is driven or are willing to learn to do what it takes to become driven, then I would say go for whatever job you want, even if you rack up a huge bill like that, because if that's true of yourself, you're going to find and do what it takes to, make that work. I have friends who work multiple jobs because they wanted to study and learn what they wanted to learn, and it's given them a big bill to float, but they don't complain about it because they're doing what they love. But they also, it's the self-awareness for me that's the bigger factor in that. Because I took a job, again, same degree, same undergrad degree as you, James, is the bib studies. There's not a high-paying job out of that. Ministry is not a high-paying one. And I've had to work 2 jobs before, and but you're willing to do that, right? Because I enjoyed the aspect of what I learned. I wouldn't trade those years in undergrad and grad school as far for anything, any amount of money in the entire world, just because of what I've been able to take out of it. So for me, it becomes more of a question about the individual. If you are a person who's not overly gregarious or not willing to learn how to do those things, then I would say it'd probably be more wise to get the job that will take care of you, or the degree that will best serve you. But if you're willing to put in the work, and it's a lot of work. I mean, I have 6 figures of student debt there, and that's crazy. It's insane. We're going to be paying that back for a long time. And then just look for loopholes too. There, if you serve in like a government community, 10 years minimum payment, student, it's called debt to income ratio repayment plan. Just knock it out.
Do what you got to do. I think that's great advice for life and anyone. I had someone Facebook message me. One of my old students was asking for a friend who wanted to be a youth pastor. I was kind of
asking for a friend.
I was kind of wondering why this person doesn't know his own youth pastor if he wants to go in youth ministry. And one of his questions was, will I make enough to support my family? And my advice was, if you work really hard in college and your internship program,
rich,
and that doesn't work.
That's always option one. If you can do that at any point in life, marry rich.
If you work and your goal,
you know,
if your goal is to graduate and be one of the best youth pastors that this country has in that year that you graduate, you'll probably be okay. But I said I know a lot of mediocre youth pastors who often complain about not making enough money, and I think that's true probably of most careers.
Yeah, and also be able to have an honest conversation with yourself about how much money will matter to you, right?
Yeah,
it's okay
absolutely,
that money matters to
absolutely.
you, but admit it and to think and make decisions accordingly. There's when you're choosing your education and thus your career, probably you're choosing the way in which you're going to find happiness in life. Either the career itself will bring you happiness, the day-by-day work of that career can bring happiness. The sort of work I do brings me a lot of satisfaction. But it doesn't bring a ton of money. And if I had that conversation with myself, for me, money has never been a huge factor in happiness. But there are people for whom it is, because there's hobbies that bring them happiness, and those hobbies need money, or because they need a certain amount of security in order to feel comfortable, and money helps build security in life. And if that's you, which is totally fine, be honest about it, and make sure you make decisions that don't put you in incredible debt,
Right.
or don't land you in a career that makes not enough money to be happy. Be able to be honest and open with yourself about the things you need to be satisfied in life, and then make decisions that lead to that satisfaction.
Yeah, I agree. Chris, you have any thoughts?
Also, don't think you have to go to college to learn something.
Amen.
Yep.
Amen,
Like we were
amen,
talking
amen.
about just a second ago with comic book art. There's plenty of, you can get a pen and piece of paper and start drawing and start meeting people who do comic books and further your craft just kind of as a craftsman. maybe find someone a little farther down the road and try and work out an apprenticeship or something. There are a lot of ways to learn.
And that's a great point. Mike Rowe Works is a fantastic foundation that helps people who are looking for trade jobs and certifications. Welder, huge demand. Those things, electrician.
Well, that's
plumber.
what things I think a lot of people forget is they get so worried about pursuing something they love that it's easy to forget that you can have a job that maybe you don't necessarily love, but it pays you enough that you can do other
do
things,
things
that you
that
love.
you do
Yeah,
love.
as
to
James
do.
was saying. Like,
Yeah.
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 So have you ever seen anybody be sad on a jet ski?
No, it's physically impossible. It is
That's-
literally
that's good.
impossible.
Stealing jokes.
it's fine. Yeah, that's all I got for that popped up. I think it was really good.
It was a good. So we're gonna go into 20
20
questions.
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 And I've got the answer this time,
Oh,
which
good.
is
Well, at
no, I'm
least I'll
kidding.
have someone fair.
So
This should be fun and enjoyable.
so here's
I
your
hate you
hint.
guys.
Your one hint, and it's one word.
Sam Booch.
Icon. Icon.
Donald Trump.
And the questions start now.
Is this icon living? Is that
No.
an okay question to start with?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, if
Is
you're,
it
you're,
alive?
you're asking a strict question,
Is it
then
alive right
strictly
now?
speaking, no.
Okay.
Is
Again-
it a is it was it is it an organism?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, it could be a physical. It doesn't have to be a person. I mean, I'm not. I'm saying to my team.
Is
Yeah.
it representative of a specific company?
Yes.
But it's not alive. Currently.
Currently.
You asked that, but it is a living thing.
It's Apple. For sure.
I mean, a plant is an organism.
Yep.
So but you said it's a entity. Oh,
It represents-
representative of a company, specific company.
Is this icon a fruit?
No.
Okay. So not Apple.
Is an apple a fruit? Wait, yes, it is. Just checking.
Come on, kombucha. How do you not know that? That's what I'm going to start calling you from now on. Friends of the podcast. He doesn't like to be called Fat Garrett, so call him kombucha. That is
I'll start making it. Can I have a kombucha station here, or just brewing it right in the corner?
No, that will not
Well,
be
just-
allowed.
Fermenting and
That is
bubbling.
not allowed in my house at all.
Just tweet at T Student Life, kombucha, comma, Fat Garrett.
Okay, so back to this stupid game. What are we doing? So it's not Apple. So then I don't really know what else. I don't really care.
Is this company still in operation?
Yes.
Is this company in the tech industry?
Yes.
Okay, so tech company. It's not a person. Did we establish that? That it's not a person?
No, we
You
didn't
didn't
establish
ask
that.
that question.
Do you want to ask that? Or is that a dumb question?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Is it this icon a person?
Yes.
Okay, so
But it's not alive.
Yeah,
It-
well,
it's
neither is-
currently not alive.
Well,
Neither
like
is Steve Jobs.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Steve Jobs
Well, I mean,
is not alive.
if you ask the question, is it alive? I'd have to strictly say no.
Right.
But that's because of the way that question is worded.
Right, but so I could
Okay.
ask, is the legacy
Is
of
it
this person
alive?
living
No.
on? No, I mean that's what I'm saying. You could say that, and then he could say yes. Right, that could be the difference.
Is this-
I'm not asking that question.
Is this icon fictional?
Yes.
Ooh,
Yeah, see, there you
not
go.
Steve Jobs.
Jobs.
But it was.
Steve
But it is an
Jobs.
organism, and it represents one, a person.
And it's in the
actually.
tech industry, right?
And it is a person, as opposed to an animal or a robot. So it's a fictional person that represents a tech company.
That's what we've established so far,
Yeah.
James.
Yeah, these all
Pied
sound
Piper.
accurate.
When's Silicon Valley startup?
Roddy Piper.
No, Pied Piper.
Oh.
It's for show.
Silicon Valley comes back this month.
Fictional person that represents a tech company as an icon.
Fictional person that represents a technology company como un icono. That's Spanish for like an icon.
Okay, well maybe we can narrow down the
For
product,
the Nino.
the company that the product that they make.
Does this
Yeah.
company make? Does this company make more than one product?
Yes.
Okay, so it's not just like a Dell.
Is this company
Not
based,
a Dell, but like
based in
a Dell.
United States? Primarily, like, yeah. Is it founded and is it an American company?
The way you just asked it now, no.
So they might make products here, but it's not an American company. So I'm thinking like Korean companies.
I don't know.
Huawei. I don't know.
What's the icon
Samsung,
for?
Sony. I mean,
What are their icons?
Sony's a little ball.
Mario?
I don't know. He represents a company, though. I mean,
It might be Mario.
I wouldn't call him an icon.
Is it Mario?
Is that your question?
Yes.
Is it Mario?
Yes.
I win again! Ha-ha!
I thought Chris said
I
that.
won't. No, but I asked the question. See, you have to ask the
Oh my
question to
gosh.
win. Chris keeps alley-ooping the ball. That's how I'm winning, guys. I'm slamming it home.
Oh man, super.
Faith in whatever. Episode
I tried to
7.
keep a
Bum bum
straight
bum
face so
bum
hard.
bum.
When you
Bow.
just mentioned the word Mario, Josh's face spun and
Yeah,
looked
it's
at me
looking-
so fast, and I was like, "Keep a straight face, like it's nothing." Keep a
Oh
straight
my
face.
gosh, you totally gave it away.
So we burned a
Okay.
bunch of bridges tonight.
Why? I love Mario.
No, Canadians. We're just thinking about the whole night here.
Oh, whatever.
Can we
Whatever.
do the I'm
As
Things,
long
sorry?
as
we have,
college
things we should say
degrees.
sorry to now.
No, as long as we have Nintendo supporting us, they've been around forever and they've done a million different things. We could totally be like Nintendo. So for the next 6 minutes of this podcast, I am going to hum the Mario theme
Can you
song
play it on the bass
as
guitar?
as a victory. No.
And it will be censored out because of copyright.
True.
right.
So da-da-da, and that's all we can afford to use. So, dude, 7 weeks in a row, gentlemen, your boy has won. I'm officially taking this moment to tell you that I'm retiring from any not playing the game, but like keeping score.
Oh, okay.
So I'm officially
Thank you so
stopping
much.
at 7-0.
He'll always keep score in his head.
So when I win, I won't be public about it anymore. But you guys playing at home, you can just keep your
How
own
meek
tally.
of you. I'm so proud.
I'm humble in victory and humble in defeat. But I don't know what that looks like because I've never been defeated. Faithinwhatever.com, facebook.com/faithinwhatever, at James Ewell, at T Student Life, at Marion Ranch, at Josh_CARMAN, at Faith in Whatever. Feel free to contact us if you have any questions that you would like us to discuss on this show. Email us at faithinwhatever.com or use our Gmail account, faithinwhatever@gmail.com. We would love to connect with you. For those of you who are listening, we are grateful for your support. We're thankful for the interaction that we've been able to have with people thus far, and we look forward to doing a lot more crazy stuff as the Faith guys are signing off this week.
Good night.
Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. See ya.